Hello and welcome to Jumpin' Johnny Gaming Retro Walkthroughs. This Final Fantasy IV Pixel Remastered video is the 14th part of the complete walkthrough, and as soon as we fly back to Earth, we will automatically be in a dungeon, the Giant of Babil. And it is a one-time dungeon, and make sure you get all chests and enemies for the bestiary before you face the CPU boss. And then we are wrapping up the final side quests before we complete the game. The location counter had to be edited slightly, as I can assure you we have visited all locations in the video series. After the long cutscene you will be in the Giant. Two new enemies you can face in the dungeon is beamers. They don't do much damage, they do 1/10 of a party member's HP of who they attack. Lightning attacks can confuse them and they will attack other enemies. The other enemy is mech soldiers. Again, weak enemies with a fair bit of HP. Lightning attacks can confuse them as well, so if these two enemies are grouped together, then Thundaga to all is very effective. Then head up 2 floors until you reach the chest of the Giant, which is a bigger floor. A new enemy you can face is the Searcher. They, when attacked, will summon a random enemy from the dungeon, and they will keep doing it, so destroy the Searcher first, and then the random enemy. The enemy that this Searcher brought in is a Giant Soldier, a hardy enemy that hits hard. Don't use lightning on it, or it will counter with stop. At level 51, Rydia will learn the Tornado spell. Head down and left for a chest. Then head down and follow the linear path and you'll get another chest. Another new enemy you can face is the Centurion. These are the most deadliest in the dungeon, with powerful physical attacks. Keep heading right for the next chest, and then up and left for the chest after that. Head to the top right corner for a chest, and then head back down and go up the next path on the left, and head up to the next floor. Head up for a chest, head back down and go up the path on the far right for another chest. Follow the path and get the last chest in the dungeon, and you will have to face an enemy called the Last Arm. And they don't summon an enemy, they will target a random party member and then do a deadly attack on the next turn, and will KO that targeted party member. Use your best attacks. Use Bahamut with Rydia, Flare with Fusoya, and Holy if Rosa has got it. I haven't, but it is coming soon in the next few levels. Continue on, there is a save point at the left hand side, and then exit to the next floor. Before you get on the bridge, you will want to try to get the rare enemy, the Mech Dragon, but bear in mind I got 2 Mech Dragons after the boss fight. I don't know if it's a coincidence or I just got lucky, so up to you when you want to boost it, but do it before the final boss fight against the CPU, as you will exit the dungeon automatically. Sirens don't work, you will have to boost it. I first got the Mech Dragon by a Searcher, and even if the Searcher has other enemies in battle, that does not mean it's the one that the Searcher will summon, and it can still summon a Mech Dragon, and that's how I got it. Mech Dragons are deadly enemies and has a powerful fire attack, which does a lot of damage to the party. The easiest way to defeat Mech Dragons is to use Tornado and then hit him with any other character. At level 52, Rydia learns the death spell. When you have finished getting everything you need, go back and save if you need to, and then return, and when you cross the bridge, you'll get into a boss fight with all 4 elemental lords, and you'll have to face them one after the other in the same fight. The first one is weak to fire, so use Faraga and Flame with Edge, and of course, the second elemental lord absorbs fire, and it changed to him with both my casters were casting the spell, so be careful. Have Rosa always heal every round to keep your HP topped up, and Fusoya to cast Regen before casting elemental spells himself. When it changes to the Water Fiend, it is weak to lightning. When it changes to the Air Fiend, it has no weaknesses, so use Bahamut with Rydia and Flare with Fusoya. And the last elemental lord you will face is weak to ice. Head back and use the save point, and use a cottage, and then return and head up so you can face the CPU. On the way, I got 2 mech dragons in a row, so make that as you will. This is an easy boss. First, you want to take out the defense node, as it will keep healing the CPU, and you want to keep the attack node alive, as if you take it out, the CPU will use a powerful move that can wipe out 2 party members, and the nodes will get resurrected. Also, it casts Reflect on the CPU, so in the battle, don't use any summons or magic at all. Just use attacks and heal up with Rosa, and you can use Fusoya to apply Regen, Protect and Blink, just for extra protection. You won't need it, but everything else helps, and he has to do something. You will now be back on the moon. Before we tackle the final dungeon and complete the game, there's a few things we can do. First, return to Earth and enter Baron Castle. Head into the castle, head right up the stairs. Follow the path and enter the door back out into the castle grounds, and enter the tower above and down the stairs and follow it, and you will see a throne. And when you get close, you will enter a boss fight. You will battle Odin, who made his debut in Final Fantasy III. You have 60 seconds to defeat him, or he will use a move that will wipe your party. I was around level 56. Jump with Cain, use Behemoth with Rydia, Holy or aim with Rosa, and attack with Cecil and Edge. Once defeated, you will get your final non-secret summon, Odin, and when summoned, he has a move that can cause instant death to the enemies. Exit the castle, and the next location is the Magnetic Cave, now that we have sirens, where you defeated the Dark Elf. To get to the Magnetic Cave, you have to use a black chocobo. Head to the location marked in red when we leave the castle. Then walk up the chocobo village, get the black chocobo, and head right and enter the Magnetic Cavern. As soon as you enter the cave, use a siren, and you will summon always 2 Mind Slayers, and keep doing it until you get the summon. It took me 22 sirens. It could be longer, and if you run out of sirens, just make sure you quick save or save normally before, and reload if you run out. Head back to the lunar well and go to where the red airship is with the drill so you can enter the underground. Head to the Sylph Cave and go to the house where Yang was. And I don't know why these 3 items show up late in the game. They either appear if you get all the summons, or when the final dungeon is ready to access. But in the house on the left bookcase, you will find a hidden item, a grimoire, and this item will summon a random summoned monster in battle. Head up to exit the Sylph Cave and go to the Cave of Summons. Go through the 3 floors to return to the Land of Summons. Head up and enter the trap door to go to the next floor, and then visit the armor shop and get the hidden item in the bookcase to the right, and then enter the weapon shop and get the last hidden item in the game in the bookcase. Exit back to the Land of Summons, and then teleport out of the dungeon. Check to see if you have done all the locations, and a good time to check the bestiary and treasure chests before we head to the end. Return to Earth, and then return to the Moon. We need one more summon to complete the secret summon trophy, and that is the bomb. Head to the eastern lunar path, which is the best farming spot for bomb creatures that drop the bomb summon. You go through the western lunar path to reach the location. At level 55, Rosa learns the spell Holy. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel where there are more complete retro walkthroughs plus achievement and trophy guides, secrets and tips from the latest releases. Thanks for watching.